So what we did last class was all about congruency, and we were comparing one triangle to the next, or one figure to the next. We're doing the same thing, but now we're going to prove it, okay? I told you guys that our next lesson is going to be on proofs, I believe, day 5. When we get to proofs, that's why this is important, because you need to know how to prove that these things are congruent to each other. So the first one says you need 3 pieces of information in order to prove angles congruent. There are 5 postulates and theorems that will allow you to do so. Okay, postulates and theorems are basically our reasons. Those are ways that we can prove. So the first one is called side, side, side. I will label this S, S, S. Write that down. Okay, side, side, side means I need how many sides? I need 3, right? Okay, so look at your examples. Last class we learned that we can match up our hash marks to be congruent. So this side of MN will be congruent to what in my second?
QR.
Good, QR. So let's write that down. Side MN is congruent to QR. Alright, what about NP? What is that congruent to? RS. So NP is congruent to RS. Alright, Max, the last one. NP is congruent to what?
QS.
QS. Okay, so since I matched all those sides up, we're basically saying NP is congruent to QRS. Because all my sides are matching up, I can prove this by side, side, side. So my answer here is going to be triangle MNP is congruent to QRS, to triangle QRS. Okay, for all of these postulates and theorems, you guys have to make sure that you're recognizing your diagrams. So let's look here. You guys see that I have 1 hash mark here, which matches up with 1 hash mark there. Then I have 2 hash marks, which matches up with 2 hash marks. For side, 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 I'm still missing what?
Like the middle.
Other side, right?
Middle.
Okay, so do you guys see that these are basically 2 different triangles together? Okay, so that my shared side would be here. That means that that is the side for the top triangle and the bottom triangle. All right, any shared side, you're going to put hash marks on. Now, did you guys see with each triangle we have side, 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 and side, side, side? Okay? If you look at your non-example, this is not a shared side, so I can't just write hash marks on it, but I don't know that those 2 sides are congruent, so I just can't make it up, okay? So that would not be side, side, side. That's just side, side, which doesn't mean anything to us. All right, that's the first one. You got it? We have 5 of these, so get ready. All right, next we have side, angle, side. So I'm going to write SAS. From side, angle, side, how many sides need to be congruent? 2. How many angles need to be congruent? 1. Good. All right, take a look at this. We have PQS and WSY. I have a side here that matches with 1 hash mark. So Eli, QS is congruent to what? XY. Good. right, next is my angle. What angle do I have in this diagram?
It's a 90 degree.
Yeah, I have this right angle here. So that means that angle Q is congruent to what, Nate?
Angle X.
Angle X, good. So angle Q is congruent to angle X. Please make sure you are not just writing letters. Make sure you're notating the same way I'm notating. If it's a line, or sorry, if it's a side, you put a line on top of it to show it's a segment. If it's an angle, put your angle symbol. All right, what's my last side here? PQ is congruent to what? PQ is congruent to W. All right, so now I can prove that triangle PQS is congruent to what? What is PQS congruent to? WXY, good. Okay, look at your example. Do you guys see that I have a shared side here? You see this here? That's a shared side. That means it is a side of the top triangle. It is also a side of the bottom triangle. For my shared side, I'm going to put a hash mark on.
I thought it was 3 lines.
It doesn't matter. The last time I put 3 lines because I already had 1 and 2. For this one, I just have 2 hash marks already labeled, so I just made that one 1.
But it doesn't matter though.
It doesn't really matter. As long as you know that that's a shared side. Okay, so do we recognize that I have side, angle, side? On the bottom triangle, I have side, angle, side. Does that make sense? You guys see that? Okay. Your non-example here is very important, so everyone pay attention to this. I do have a shared side, so I'm going to put 2 hash marks on it. But when we're doing these like side, and side angle side, it always has to be in order. Okay? So in this case, I have a side, I have an angle, but this side here is not marked. Okay? If that was marked, then it would be side or side angle side. We basically skipped over this side and jumped over here. Okay? That does not work. If you notice here, it all goes in order. Side, angle, side. We're not skipping. Okay? So this does not work because this side would have to be labeled for it to be side, angle, side. Does that make sense? Okay. All right, angle, side, angle. I need how many angles here? 2, and I need 1 side to be congruent. All right, so let's look at our figure here. Eli, angle A is congruent to what?
D. F.
Which
Wait,
one?
actually, no D.
Okay, why is it not F?
Because F has a line.
F has 2 arcs, right?
Yeah.
If angle A has 1 arc, I'm looking for angle D with 1 arc. So angle A is congruent to angle D. Lindsay, AC is congruent to what?
DF.
DF. Good. That's my side. AC is congruent to DF. All right, Landon, angle C is congruent to
Angle F.
good, angle F. So because I have an angle, I have a side, and I have an angle, and I know that triangle ABC is congruent to triangle DEF. right, look at your example here. We're gonna kind of go back a few units. We'll throw back to our vocabulary. What kind of angle would this be? Starts with a V. Yeah, those are vertical angles, okay? It's not listed. Excuse me, it's not listed here, but the more we do this, and the more we do proofs, so you'll know that if I have alternate interior angles there, and these sides are congruent, then I have vertical angles. And you guys see that I have angle, side, angle, and then angle, side, angle. Does that make sense? So what you have to do is you have to draw in your vertical angles. On your non-example, what are we missing here?
Side.
You're missing your side. It can't be angle, side, angle if they did not label any sides with a hash mark. Okay, so that one does not work. There's no side. Okay, that's the third one, right? All right, now I have angle, angle, side. So an angle, angle, side, I need two angles. I need one side to be congruent. Angle A is congruent to which angle? Angle D. Write that down. Angle A is congruent to angle D. What about angle C? That's congruent to what? Angle C is congruent to angle F. I have those two arcs. That's what I'm looking for. If my arcs are matching, I know they're congruent. If my hash marks are matching, I know those are congruent. And then side BC is congruent to EF.
Does it matter how you write it?
Sometimes it does matter, yeah. Like if you write BC is congruent to FE, I mean, it's technically still right, but we'll stay in the same order.
Okay. But it doesn't matter whether you start with E, U.
Right. Alright, so then we can prove that triangle ABC is congruent to triangle DEF. And in our example, can you guys see that I'm missing my vertical angles? Okay, if they draw these corner angles for us, I also have vertical angles. So now I have angle, angle, side, angle, angle, side. That side is labeled and that side is labeled. In my non-example, my shared side, I could put a line through for my hash mark. But this would be what? I have an angle, I have a side, and I have an angle. So this would be angle, side, angle. This would not be angle, angle, side. Do you guys see the difference there? Okay. All right, stay with me, guys. One more theorem. All right, hypotenuse leg theorem. Okay, we've not talked about the word hypotenuse yet. For hypotenuse leg, we just write HL. In order to have a hypotenuse, you also have to have a right angle. So if you guys look here, angle B and angle E are my right angles. That means my hypotenuse is the longest side directly across from my right angle. So my hypotenuse is AC, and what else? EF. That's my hypotenuse. So for hypotenuse leg, we're looking for the right angle to make sure that I at least have a hypotenuse, and then I actually need a leg. What's my leg here that's labeled? Guys, this is a leg. Just okay. Anything other than a hypotenuse on your triangle is just a leg. So BC is congruent to what?
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's write that down. My right angle is, angle B is congruent to angle E. Your hypotenuse is AC is congruent to DF. And my leg is BC is congruent to EF. So therefore, triangle ABC is congruent to triangle DEF. For hypotenuse leg, we look for the hypotenuse, we look for our leg. In my example, what I'm looking for is my hypotenuse, which is directly across the right angle, and my leg. Okay, so that's a great example. Your non-example, if I mark my shared side, this would not be a hypotenuse leg because my hypotenuse isn't even labeled. So this would be a no. There's no hypotenuse label. Even though we do have the right angle, we do not have a hypotenuse label. All right, at the bottom of this, it says, remember, there are no bad words in geometry. Okay, very important. Let's go through it. So we did side, side, side. What else did we do?
ASA.
Angle, side, angle.
AAS.
Angle, angle, side. Two more. Hypotenuse, leg. And side, angle, side, right?
Yeah.
Do you guys notice that we did not do angle, side, side?
Yeah.
Okay? If you write that on your test, it does not exist. Okay? There may be an example where it looks like it, where we'll have two triangles and you have an angle and an angle. Oh wait, how do you spell that? Sorry, hold on. So there may be an example where there's an angle, a side, and a side. But once you start to do it, then you guys know ASS does not exist. Okay? You would just put not congruent. Does that make sense? Every year there's always one person that thinks it's hilarious to put ASS for everything. You're going to get it all wrong. Okay? That is not a congruence. This does not exist. Okay? Don't be an ass. Don't write ass. Got it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's look at some examples. Actually, let's take a break. Okay, so it says, when deciding if two triangles can be proven congruent, there are a few things to look at that may not be marked as triangles already. So this is what we've been doing. We've been marking our shared side. All right, Max, look at your example for number one. Hold on, look at this first triangle. What is your shared side here? Okay, what does that mean? What does that mean?
The EE.
Good. Okay, so what we're doing is, imagine we have two triangles, right? Your shared side is basically where it overlaps. So Max just told me my shared side was BD. Go ahead and mark that on your paper. Lindsay, what's my shared side of the second problem? Second triangle. Alright, let's look at it. Sometimes it's easier when we highlight. So here's my first triangle, right? And here's my second triangle. Where's the overlap?
AE.
AE?
Wait.
E.
It has to be a line, guys.
B,
AD. Yeah, that's my shared side. So what you have to be able to do is recognize where your shared side is, because it's not always going to be labeled for you. Actually, your shared side is rarely labeled for you.
Yeah, I thought I was going to touch the other triangle.
It is. The bottom of this yellow triangle and the bottom of the green triangle are overlapping. It's the same thing. All right, look at number 2, your shared angle. All right, do you guys see in this example, there's basically 2 triangles here. Do you see the blue triangle? That one's small. And then you see the pink triangle or purple triangle. We're looking for a shared angle. Landon, are you with me? Put it away. Which angle is shared from A, B, C, D, E?
A, B,
A, right?
Angle A.
Angle A is my shared angle. Okay? And I know that because angle B isn't shared. Angle E isn't shared. That's a smaller triangle. See, there's nothing in that corner. There's nothing in this corner. But in angle A, there's literally two triangles there. All right, let's look at your second example. You have this baby triangle here. And then you have this mama triangle here. What is your shared angle? What is the angle that's in both triangles? C. My right angle here is for both triangles. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
All right, look at your vertical angles. Okay, this is back to vocabulary. So if you know your vocabulary, then you're in good shape. Max, picking on you because you chose this red and black, so I'm just thinking about that. Where's my vertical angles? At A, B, C, D, or E?
C.
Yeah. So draw in your vertical angles. Vertical angles are always directly across from each other. Eli, and number 4, where are my parallel lines? Look in this top example here. How do I know which lines are parallel?
The arrow.
Yeah, because of my triangle. So that means that that's parallel and that's parallel. Nate, what about the big triangle, the big figure here?
It's AC.
Nope. I have 2 parallel lines. Which ones are they?
A, D, and B, C.
Okay, look at how it's notated.
Oh, A, B, and D, C.
Yeah, so you have AB is parallel and DC is parallel because of my arrows, right?
Yep.
My arrows tell me that those are parallel. So arrows can tell you what's parallel, and also the little triangles here, which you can also call arrows if you want. Okay, let's take a look at the bottom page. Is there enough information to determine if the triangles are congruent? If so, write the congruent statement. So what we're doing here is we're figuring out, can we figure out by our 5 rules if it's congruent, okay? Just so we remember them, what are my rules here? Side, side, side. What's another one?
Sine angle side.
Yep, SAS,
Angle angle side.
angle side,
HL.
HL, one more, so it's side. Nope. Okay, so when I said there's no bad words backwards either. Okay, so ASS doesn't work and SSA doesn't work. So we're missing angle, side, angle. Alright, there's our 5. Okay, look at number 1. What's my shared side here? Okay, okay, so what can I have here? Which option? Side, 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 angle, side, angle, angle, side, HL, or side. Yeah, well, let's go ahead and do like, if we were to chop out what doesn't make sense, do I have any angles labeled here? No, so can I have side, angle, side? No, there's no angles labeled. I only have sides labeled. Which one of these is all sides? S, side, side. You got that, Lindsay?
Yeah.
Okay, so always look to see what your options are, because once you know your options, then you'll know whether you have which congruency you can use. All right, look at number 2. I have an angle, I have a side, I have an angle. And I have an angle, a side, and an angle. Which one would this be?
ASA.
ASA. Max, you with me?
Yeah.
Looks like you're raising your eyebrows a little bit.
I'm good.
This stuff can get confusing. Just make sure you take it like literally one step at a time. Oh, number 3, do I have a shared side? Yeah, right in the middle, right? So I'm always looking for my shared side. Okay? This right angle also tells me that this side is going to be a right. Okay, so could I do side angle? Is that anything?
No. No, it's a bad word backwards.
Okay, so that one doesn't work. Do I have a hypotenuse here? Huh? Hypotenuse is your side across from the right angle.
Yes.
Yeah, so and do I have a leg?
No.
I do have a leg. That was the shared angle. Sorry, the shared side. So this would be hypotenuse leg. Because I have my hypotenuse label and I have a side label. So that would be HL. Whenever you have a right angle, always look to see if it's HL. That's probably the most common. And number 4, I have a shared side, which is here. So I have an angle, a side, and a side. Is there any such thing as angle, side, side?
No.
No. So that one does not work. You can just write no, it's not congruent. I actually want you to write ASS and cross it out so you know that that does not work. There's no such thing as angle, side, side. All right, number 5, I have a shared side here. Okay? And this one's tricky. I want you guys to draw in this angle on the top of A and on the bottom of C. Okay? That one's a little tricky to see, but those, I know that those sides are congruent because of my shared angle. So there's nothing else labeled.
So it's side angle side?
So this is side angle side. All right, for number 6, I have a shared side. My shared side is at the bottom here. Okay, so if you look at your triangles here, they're overlapping, so I'm going to highlight them so you can see them better. All right, so you have angle. Is this one this triangle? Oh, yeah. Then we have this one and that one. Okay, so this one looks like angle, side. I have an angle here, an angle there, and a side. Then an angle there, and a side. So this would be angle, side. I do not expect you guys to know exactly how to do these right now, which is why we're going to work on them again next class with our proofs. But the more you do them, the more you'll be able to see which angles are which. Alright, a few more problems. Look at number 7. I have vertical angles here in the middle. What could this option be?
Side angle side.
Side angle side. Good. I have a side, and an angle, and a side. On number 8, I'm going to highlight my shared side. Number 8 is tricky because we're going to draw in our alternate interior angles. So make your picture look just like mine. And what could this be? On the side here and the side there that they gave us. You guys see side angle side? Side angle side? Alright, so I told you guys there must be a right angle to check to see if it's hypotenuse leg. Well, this can't be hypotenuse leg because our hypotenuse, which is right across from the right angle, there's nothing labeled here, right? So it can't be hypotenuse leg. But I have a side, I have an angle, and I have a side. And then I have a side, an angle, and a side. So which congruency statement is this?
Side angle side.
Side angle side.
Oh, the whole picture is going to be determined.
Alright, so determining additional information. Indicate the additional information needed to enable us to apply specified congruence postulate. Alright, so look at these problems here. For side, angle, side, what else will we need here? They already gave me a side, they gave me an angle. What are we missing?
Another side.
Another side. So we could just write, we would need AB to be congruent to DE. What about for angle, side, angle? What am I missing? They gave me an angle and a side. What am I missing here? Guys, they gave me an angle. I have a side. What else do I need for angle, side, angle? Another angle, right? So what other angle could I use from this triangle and that triangle?
90.
Angle B and angle E.
Well, B and E are already labeled. So I have my angle, I have my
Or
side.
A and D.
Well, no, not, if we use A and D, that's angle, angle, side. I need angle, side, angle. What angle is that?
C and F.
C and F. If we want to make an angle, side, angle, I will highlight those two. So angle C would be congruent to angle F. Now, Nate, when we just talked about angle, angle, side, we need another angle, right? And it has to go in order. So we could go angle, angle, side,
Yeah.
right? So that means that angle A would need to be congruent to angle B in order to be angle, angle, side.
Or E. Oh wait, no,
That's-
true.
the E's already given, they gave us to that, or they gave us that already. All right, for hypotenuse leg. What's my hypotenuse here? What's the side across from the right angle?
AC.
AC. What about for the second triangle? DF. So we would need AC to be congruent to DF. when you guys do this, you have to make sure you're checking step by step. Let's look at this. Indicate what is needed to match this congruence. So for side angle side, they gave me an angle and they gave me a side. For side angle side, what else am I missing? Another side. It has to go in order. So if I start with this side, I go to this angle, what side has to be next? AC. So AC will be congruent to
FE.
FE. Okay, that's what would need to happen for it to be side angle side. All right. Let's look at ASA. For angle, side, angle, let's start with my angle. I have an angle, I have a side. What else am I missing? An angle, which would be what? Which angle goes next? From C, my side, to B. B is congruent to what? Guys, seriously.
D.
Thank you. And then for angle, angle, side, I'm missing, I have an angle, I have a side, I'm missing my other angle. Angle A would be congruent to angle F to make that true. All right, everyone look at your homework. Homework D. All right, for homework D, your first problem, turn to homework D, please. All right, so you have two triangles. Do not pack up yet. What are these labels? A, B, C. And P, Y. Alright, so on your homework, it says triangle ABC is congruent to what? What would triangle ABC be congruent to?
P and Y.
P and Y. So triangle P and Y. And then it says by what? Alright, so let's look here. What you're writing here is one of your 5 congruent statements. So I have an angle, I have a side, and I have an angle. I have an angle, I have a side, I have an angle. So what would this be?
Angle side. ASA.
ASA. That is how you do your homework. You first have to put what's it congruent to, and then you have to put the reason why it's congruent. You guys are typically not good about doing homework over the weekend. If you come in here without homework on Tuesday, you are going to be completely lost. So you definitely need to do this. We'll have day 5, we'll have 1 review day, then you have your test.